Hello, I'm Johnny Rowland, your host of The Shooting Show, and welcome to today's program, friends. We really appreciate you being here with us, because let me tell you what, if you weren't here, there wouldn't be any point in us making these programs if we didn't have people watch. We really want to thank you for your contributions. We want to thank you for the good words that you say about The Shooting Show, because as a program of our type, unfortunately, we're the only one there is. And I wish there were more shooting TV. I wish we could get on more hours per week nationally on television. Because you know what, friends, all we have to do is reach more Americans with the truth about what guns are and what they're for. You know, I told that story last week about my little granddaughter, 3 years old, when I handed her this toy revolver. She knew immediately what it was. She knew what the trigger was. She knew how the gun operated. And what amazed me, her little 2.5-year-old cousins knew as well, and they wanted to play with them. Well, I don't have a problem with them playing with them. But the thing is that our children, even the smallest children, it's never too early to start teaching gun safety. It never is. And you see the message that they're getting on the major media, from the video games, from the movies we rent that show this ridiculous gun handling. You know, shoot this dumbest thing, shooting sideways like this. You know, that is the dumbest thing. But you know, they're probably out there gangbangers shooting each other like that, and that's probably good because they won't hit each other, I suppose. But friends, video and television is the most powerful communications medium, not just entertainment, but communications medium that's ever been invented. And these children are learning ludicrous gun handling from the videos, from the movies, from TV. And they're also being brainwashed to believe that guns in the hands of civilians, us, is wrong, it's evil. They're being brainwashed. Now look, we've got to turn this shipwreck around before too many years longer. One, we won't have many years left as gun owners if we don't turn it around. But there are enough of us who are alive and are mentally and physically viable. We've got to do it now. We must do it now. And I promise you this, I don't care, I do care who goes into the presidency this fall, certainly. But there are a lot of people out there that I'm talking to that are taking great comfort in George Bush and now Dick Cheney. They think they're going to get in, that'll save us. No, it won't. No, it won't. Because Chucky Schumer is still going to be in Congress. Hillary Clinton may be in Congress. You've still got Dianne Feinstein. You've still got Barbara Boxer. You've still got these idiots who want to disarm us, the New World Order crowd, the people who want to demolish our Constitution here in the United States. They're still going to be there. We cannot entrust our future to one or two men, and I don't know if he'll be good or not. I don't know. Cheney had a good voting record in Congress, certainly for guns, on gun issues, but listen, friend, that's not going to do it. We've got to reclaim the power back to our local communities, to our home, to our states. We must. We can never entrust a group of people that are 1,000 or 2,000 or ever how far away in Washington, D.C. We can't trust them with the power over our lives. We cannot. We can get it back. We can. But it's going to take every one of us who will get in this fight and become active. You know, we have learned recently that some of the sheriffs in Wyoming have told the federal government, said, look, you're not coming in my county. And you know what? A federal court stood up for them. The sheriffs were able to say, you federal officials, no, you got no business here. You're going to have to check with us before you come in. You're not going to raid somebody's home. You're not going to do a lot of these bureaucratic ideals without checking with us. And we may arrest you. Guess what? And a federal judge upheld their right to do that. We've got to do it. We've got to have some governors who will develop a little backbone, who will stand up against these people that want to enslave us all. Now, the bad news is this. The anti-gun types are learning that since they haven't had as much luck as they want with the Second Amendment in Congress, they're doing things in some of the local areas as well. New York now is trying to pass a bill in their state government that will dictate you must have a pistol permit in order to buy handgun ammunition. Now, wait a minute. Some of those rifle shooters, some of those shotgun shooters say, well, I don't care about that. Well, you better, because your guns are next. But let me tell you this. The Thompson Center Contender shoots a lot of rifle cartridges in the Thompson Center. It's a handgun. There are Derringers, there are revolvers, there are TC single-shot pistols that shoot the .410 shotgun shell. How about that? All that's going to be classified as handgun ammo. You know, in New York, to get a handgun, it's very expensive to get a handgun permit. Right now, it takes 8 to 12 months to get a permit. And just think if they had a couple of 100,000 or 500,000 applications, the next permit, you know, you might be able to get a permit in 5 to 10 years. So it shut it down. We're hearing things from different areas where they have these liberal socialist rulers. And friends, there's only one way you're going to be able to stop it in your community. We as conservatives tend to be low profile. We stay back. We want to be left alone. We say, look, we don't take the liberal socialists that seriously. We better look what they've done to us. Look how far they've gone in disarming us and taking our very freedom from our everyday lives. Look how far they've gone. Only one reason. We've trusted in organizations like the NRA, and they're not doing their job, in my opinion, but we can't leave it to them. We've got to get active. We must. We've got to start working locally and in the state. It can be done. We as gun owners are going to have to jump in, friends. We're going to lose it all. We're going to lose it all if we don't jump in now. We've got some folks out in Colorado, the Tyranny Response Team. They understand it's got to start there with them. We can't depend on some politician to save us somewhere. You know, the best politician's only one plane crash away from being out of office. We cannot, we must not entrust our future to people who don't care about us, people that do not have our interests at heart, and people that are working for the globalists. We must not. And that's why we're here today, friends. That's why we're on TV. We've got to have more money to reach more people. Les and the crew at WILE are trying to assemble the uplink. We need your help. You know, it's first of the month here, coming up next week. Or it's right here on top of us, in fact. And we have to buy our satellite time in advance. If you can help us, it's very, very important. If you want to see us continue, and this is how we've been here all this time, we've just refused to quit. Yes, certainly the mech techs are selling. We don't make much on these things, but it is helping. The pistol kits, we don't make a lot on them, but it's helping. It's helping us. If you have one of our 460 guns, please tell somebody. It helps us stay on the air. The more of them we can sell, and we hope that we're going to get the big amount of recognition. We're starting to get some little breaks here and there on the cartridge, and of course the people who have it think it's the best thing since sliced bread. But if you can tell someone and encourage them to please buy one of our products, because it helps us stay on the air. Friends, it's very expensive doing this. We've got to keep our presence on television. If we don't do it on TV, guess what? It is not going to get done. We can't reach enough people any other way. We can't. We got to reach people that don't know much about guns. We can do it on TV. We got to have your help. Please, if you can help us, please send whatever you can to the Shooting Show, 327 Irvin Rowland Road in Dublin, Louisiana. The zip code is 71024. Yes, those $5, $10, $15 do count. Ever what you can afford, friends, because this is a difficult battle that you and I, have been in for a long time, and it's nowhere near over.
Stay tuned for more of the Shootin' Show after these important messages.
Shootin' Show will be right back after this break for your local cable company or TV station.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the new Georgia Arms catalog. It is out now, and on the cover we have a memorial to Jim Clark Sr., certainly a great friend of ours, a great friend of the folks there at Georgia Arms. We really appreciate their consideration, but people need to know about wonderful personalities like Jim Clark Sr., and certainly we do miss him. The new catalog is out, and it is exciting. Let's take a closer look. Friends, looking inside, we of course see these great bargains at quantities of ammunition, and yes, we see the shooting show. We also see our pistol kits on sale, and we're up to 3 loads now for the 460 Rowland. So all kinds of great ammunition here in this Georgia Arms. In fact, here we are, yes indeed. Many other calibers available though. 45 auto rim, you don't see that everywhere. I tell you what, 41 Magnum, 454 Casull, they will even sell you components for your loading bench. Just a terrific company. Remember, friends, they have been supporting our project for all these years, and we really appreciate their participation. You can call Georgia Arms at 1-800-624-6861. Get a free catalog, and please remember to tell them that you saw it here on our program. We got in a magazine the other day, and it's called Caliber Magazine. Let me show this to you. Friends, this is a very nice looking magazine. See, we've got a piece here on our 460 Rowland, but I tell you what, it's a very nice article. It's got a picture of yours truly, got a picture of one of our kits on a gun, talks all about the cartridge. We think it's a good article, but if you look a little bit closer, it's in German. So the one thing we did get down here in this caption, it says here, it says pure power, 2 English words, and then fast in parentheses, comparing our cartridge to a 44 Magnum. We really appreciate the attention there from the German magazine Caliber there. Like I said, I hope they said something good. I think they did. Anyway, and also we've had another little break here. This is the Accurate Arms loading guide for number 2. It's a very nice new loading guide, and we are got in the loading guide here. We have our own page. We're between the 475 Casull or 454 Casull and the 50 Action Express, and we've got a page right here for our 460 Rowland. We really appreciate Accurate Arms doing this, because this helps all of us, helps the entire project, and hopefully we'll have some more manufacturers that we can license to make guns in our cartridge as well upcoming. I'll keep you posted on that. But this is an excellent loading manual. This is essentially the same information you get when you get with the kit, or certainly part of it, but normally it takes a new cartridge somewhere between 5 and 10 years to get into a loading manual, and we will manage to get in it in a year and a half, and that really stands for the success of our cartridge, or certainly the potential success of our cartridge. We really appreciate that. And let me tell you what, if we didn't have some folks in our audience who believed in what we're doing and the cartridge, we never could have done it. So thanks to all of you, and you know who you are, who helped own this project. And eventually the cartridge is going to make our project, it certainly is helping us stay on now, but it's going to be a much larger help as it grows, if we can keep guns at all. As it grows, it's really going to help the project. We appreciate every one of your help. So anyway, we have a great show for you today. And I keep talking about the natural pointing characteristics of the 1911. Let's see if I can demonstrate that. You know, friends, with this angle that John Browning established on the pointing angle, water bottle there behind us, I know where it is. I think I can point my finger. I believe I can point my finger behind my back and just about put it on that water bottle. I know where it is. See if I can do it with our handgun. What'd I tell you?
Stay tuned for more of the Shootin' Show after these important messages.
On the last day a lawsuit could be filed stemming from the Columbine carnage, some real blockbusters were entered. The allegations provide new reasons, if we really needed any more, to refuse to rely on the police for our protection. Parents had to sue Jefferson County Sheriff's Department in order to see the report just 2 weeks before the one-year deadline on filing lawsuits. Angela Sanders, daughter of slain teacher Dave Sanders, alleges that a sharpshooter had Klebold in his sights in the library, but his supervisors would not allow him to act. Sanders' suit also alleges that the sharpshooter saw Klebold and Harris commit suicide, and thus officers were aware the pair was dead 3 hours before Sanders died, but failed to rescue him. The parents of Daniel Rohrbaugh allege that the police, not the murderers, killed their son based on reports from a police officer and teacher at the scene, the position of their son's body, and trajectory of the fatal bullet. The Rohrbaugh suit, joined by 5 other families, also alleges that most of the deaths in the massacre could have been avoided. It says students could have easily fled the library early on, but a 9/11 operator had teacher Patty Nielsen instruct them to stay put and alleges they would have survived if they had not been told help was on the way. Debates I have had with the gun ban crowd on radio and TV reveal a uniform belief that self-defense is either futile or dangerous or both. My suggestion that we repeal the school zone gun ban so that adults working at the school would be able to carry concealed firearms was met with cries of outrage. Why? That could lead to innocent people being killed in a crossfire. Now we learn that one of the Columbine fatalities may have indeed been killed in a crossfire by the police. Does that make the parents feel any better? And the lawsuits only pose the question that was begging to be asked: why did no officers go in? Why the wait for so long?
We really appreciate Gun Owners of America helping to sponsor our program. To find out more about their terrific organization, give them a call, 1-888-886-GUNS, 888-886-4867. Please remember to tell them you saw it here on our show. You know, friends, shooting is such great recreation, and it's the only sport or the only activity that you can really get out and practice that may actually save your life or protect your family with. It's great sport, great fun. So much fun. And of course the jungle gun. This has really become a favorite on our program, the MECTEC jungle gun, our 460s. And yeah, it's kind of fun to shoot fast. I would have to agree. It's kind of fun to shoot fast. Now, friends, shooting fast, of course, we hope we can shoot accurately as well. It's a lot of fun and certainly a function. Take my hearing protection out a little bit. A function that we hope, I think we had 4 in it. We hope our gun is going to run properly when we use it. But you know what? Something that is very important. Realize that this is a gas-operated shotgun. And there are several things here we want to show you today. But for a gas-operated gun, in fact, or a recoil-operated gun, like our MECTEC here, the actions do need to be pretty clean. And I'll try and explain why. Let's take a look at something here. And I will remind you that we got this magazine extension tube from Choate Machine and Tool there in Ball Knob, Arkansas. I'll try and remember, we'll give their phone number out a little bit later. But what we're going to do is, let me get my tools out here, screwdriver. We're going to take the gun down for cleaning. The semi-automatic, especially the gas-operated guns, are more, shall we say, more critical on function, whether it's a semi-automatic rifle or a shotgun. But when we're talking gas, let's take a look here. Let me loosen this. We'll take our little brace off. Now then, just set it down here. Okay, the way you take many shotguns down, I won't say for all of them. First thing, of course, we've already done, we're going to do it anyway again. Let's be sure and check whether or not the gun's loaded, because we're going to be in the muzzle area here with this thing. Like I said, we had already checked it, but we're going to do it again. You see, we're going to look in it 1, 2, look down in it, look in the barrel, look down in the magazine. We've got this plastic orange follower there, and we're going to check it again just to be sure. The first time, remember, is to check it. The second time is to be sure there wasn't one in the magazine, it loaded itself. Then the third time is to fail-safe it. So anyway, we'll go ahead and lock our action open here, and we know there's beyond a shadow of a doubt this gun is unloaded. All right, we're going to unscrew our magazine tube here. Very simple, just unscrew it. Now, this was a 6 or 7 shot, maybe a 7 or 8 shot, and this particular, they come with a compromised spring. This one actually had a little more spring than I needed, so I cut off a few inches of the spring. You can check it by going ahead and putting the spring in the magazine tube like this, screwing it down, putting the gun together, and then loading it. And if the gun binds, but this is a 6-shot tube, it adds, this magazine will hold 4, and this extension it'll hold 2 more, for a total of 7, 1 in the chamber, 6 in the magazine. So since I wanted to go for the shorter magazine tube, because this is a shorter barrel, I cut a little bit, I took my needle nose pliers, cutters, and I cut a couple of inches, 3 or 4 inches actually, off this spring. And the good news is you can buy more springs from Choate. If you mess up, they're inexpensive. You can just buy you another spring. But anyway, we'll go ahead and we'll take the spring out, like so. Now then, at this point, this gun undoes. Take the 4 end off here. And on this particular gun, you got a spacer, some sort of polymer deal. Now then, the action is exposed on how the gun works. Now, briefly, let me explain this. A lot of people don't understand the difference in a gas-operated and recoil-operated gun. In a gas-operated gun, it actually has a hole, a small hole here in the barrel, and here you have a piston, a moving piston, and it's enclosed in this shell here, in this housing, and the gas, literally, part of it will bleed off. Remember, the gun fires, you've got temporary pressure here in the barrel behind the shot charge, and literally it will bleed off enough gas, it will push this piston down. All right, that's what works the action. And then the recoil spring here, after it functions, it will pick up a round out of the magazine, and it will reload itself, go back into battery to be fired again. That's how a gas-operated gun works. Now then, on these shotguns, realize that we're talking, we have burning powder and maybe some lubricant in there. You've got some residue from the shot charge and from the powder charge that is going to come through this hole as well. Now we're going to go ahead and take the barrel off, and it just slides off like so. Now then, there's a couple of areas that you really want clean. Let me get one of these white patches. And now we've been shooting this gun some, and friends, let me tell you what. Of course, we're going to go through as much as we can today. These programs are so short. Fluid film is the best lubricant, best gun cleaner. Now, we've got some other stuff called ballistol we're trying. Fluid film is by far the best lubricant we've ever encountered. It's good to protect your gun from moisture. It's good as a cleaning agent. Now, we've shot this gun probably around 20 times without cleaning. Now, watch here. Go ahead and spray some fluid. Spray it liberally on there. Now, this is a white cloth. You wonder if these things get dirty or not. Watch here. Just cleaning right around the piston where it travels. Now look, you see that? Can we come in and take a look? Now this is only after around 20 shots, and of course, as long as the gun, if you shoot it on one day, it'll probably go many shots without malfunctioning. But here's the problem: if you go ahead and you've got this residue on it, you've got this junk in the ash and the residue from the burning powder and stuff. Okay, you put it in your gun safe, or you put it in the closet, you put it up on the rack somewhere, and let's say a couple of months later you want to shoot it, maybe a year later. Well, guess what? That residue, and it's probably mixed with a little lubrication, it may harden, and what's going to happen is it will make the action sluggish. It won't work properly.
Stay tuned for more of the Shootin' Show after these important messages.
Friends, we will remind you a broadcast copy of our shooting shows are archived at Jim's House of Videos, area 318-869-0439, or on the internet, www.jimshouseofvideos.com. We want to recognize our support group. We have Custom Leatherwork and Saddlery in Denham Springs, Louisiana. Their number is area 225-667-9225. We have Brooks Communication in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Their number is area 505-888-2929. And for our GRA shooting scenarios, the rule book there, call Dennis Crocker at area 864-587-8722. And we have Camouflage Technologies, folks at Paint Gun Stocks. Their number is area 909-674-6488. And for heavy equipment rentals in Southern California, call Gearlings Equipment Rentals, area 909-354-6476. And for Choate Machine and Tool and their accessories, give them a call. Free catalog 1-800-972-6390. Friends, we'll see you on the next